I decided to keep the headphones on. It is what it is. So we're back once again. Cincinnati Man here. I'm here to talk to you about my review of Creed 3, starring Jonathan Majors and Michael B. Jordan and a host of other people that I don't have the casting list ready from me because I didn't feel like it. It is what it is. Now, Felicia Rashad and the chick that played Valkyrie from the Marvel movies. Damn, what's her name? What is her name? Wait, I got it. Wait, hold on. No, I don't. No, I don't. Tessa Thompson. Tessa Thompson. She cool. Anyway, Creed is a story of the man, the myth, the mythological fictional character who is the son of a slain boxer, Apollo Creed, who died in the ring, and was a best friend to Rocky. Um, uh, as the name of the movie states, Creed 3, it's a trilogy. It's a story of his legacy, of him trying to invent his own self-worth because he was adopted because he was adopted by Apollo Creed's widow when she found out that he was alive. He was out of wedlock. He was a bastard. He was a kid outside of the marriage, and she felt bad for the child being raised in bad conditions and had anger issues, and decided to bring that child into her home and raise him as her own. And through that journey, he went through amateur circuit of boxing, and he became heavyweight champion of the world, despite his smaller frame, which they like to say in the movies as well. After the first two movies, in the movies he becomes champion. This third movie sees him in a life of luxury, even more so as a retired champ and now boxing promoter who has boxing champion Felix. I forgot his last name. Um, and he's promoting him. Got his own his gym is popular. Everyone loves him. He's considered, as Stephen A. Smith pointed out, one of the greatest champions of all time with only 28. He has 28 wins and 1 loss. He has a lovely wife who's a recording artist with all these plaques and awards. It's really the opposite of Rocky, because Rocky went from the lowest of the lows to the highest of the highs, back down to his meager belongings. And he was just content with just being a normal person that everybody knew, but you could touch and talk to him. This one is like a meager possession, meager living, readopted into the family, balling, goes live grimy in order to become a boxer, and then goes back to balling and becomes a great. It's missing. Yes, it's a spinoff, but it is missing that human element, that human struggle. To it seems like each part of each movie, it goes further away from that core message and values. Um, so Adonis is living a life, has a beautiful wife, has a beautiful daughter. His wife has a hearing condition a genetic hearing condition where she's slowly losing her hearing. At the end of the second movie, they have a daughter that's born, and she has no hearing, which is interesting because you think they could have gave her one of those cochlear implants where you put behind the ear, put right behind the ear, and it gives the person the ability to hear. A long time ago, I was helping a professor do little stuff with that, but that's neither here nor there. So, it's funny. His child has anger issues like him, but he had anger issues because of lack of self worth. She has anger issues because he won't teach her. It's weird. It's like, you won't teach me how to fight, so I'm gonna beat up kids till you teach me how to fight, and it worked. He ended up deciding he's gonna teach her a little bit how to fight, despite the mom knowing. But this is neither here nor there. I think this is the worst of the Creed movies, but it's not a horrible movie. I mean, if it's $5, $6 Tuesday, you want to go check it out, cool. But if I'm saying to you like, yo, go see it, stop everything you're doing, nah, it's not that at all. I saw it a little while ago with Amber and Chris, the lovely married couple, Amber and Chris. That will be your guy's name now. Lovely married couple, Amber and Chris. Um, and we walked out. We were like, it was all right, you know. Um, but I was laughing because there were so many different scenes that you could tell something was going to happen. Creed was talking to his mother, and his wife. Him and his wife were talking to his mother, and they was like, "Hey, I talked to you." She's like, "Oh, you pregnant again, girl?" And she's like, "No, no, nothing like that." I think it was something like that. They were like, "What you want to talk about? What's going on? We want to know if you want to move in with us." "Oh, I'm good. Ha ha, I'm good." And I'm like, "What's going on here?" And then they was like, "Well, you had that stroke." I'm like, "Man," I tapped Amber. I was eating popcorn and chicken wings because the place had actual burgers and chicken wings and stuff like that. But I want to eat something light because we end up eating Chinese food buffet later. That's neither here nor there. But I tapped Amber and I was like, "Amber, she dead. It's over. It's over." Because she rocking like, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. Like she had that aloof kind of like, "Oh, I'm just around." She died. And the reason she died, Jonathan Major's character, the villain of the movie, when they were children, Adonis ran into his foster father that used to beat him. You find out, and he was beating him up, and some guys jumped on Adonis. Damien jumps. Damien, his friend, jumps in the middle of it, pulls a gun out. Cops. I thought he killed him. No, he pulled a gun out. Cops were around. He already had two strikes on his record. So he went to jail for like 18 years for having a gun. Illegal gun, probably, because Cali ain't playing with them gun laws. Those gun laws serious in Cali. I thought that I was like, "Hey, that's fine, that's fine." And then Damon gets out and he looks for him and he wants to connect with him and he wants to like. And Damon happened to be an up and coming boxer. He was like in his teens. He was going to be a Gold Glove boxer. And since he went to jail, that never happened. And he wanted Creed to help him out to give him a shot at the heavyweight title of the world. And he's like, "Dude, you've been in jail this whole time." He's like, "Yeah, man, just give me a shot." He's like, "Look, come to the gym, work with people." And Damon did not like feeling like the old man in the gym that used to have it. That could have made it. It drove him nuts. And so he beats up a little bit. He beats on. He gets into a little tussle with the heavyweight champion. And um, at Adonis's gym. And Adonis's trainer tells him, like, "You can't trust this guy. This guy's crazy. This guy's crazy." He's like, "Nah, I gotta be there for him. I gotta be there for him." So he invites him to a party with some other boxers. Felix, who he's promoting, is going to be the champion. He's the champion who's on his way up to be making more money. And then the contenders there talking to them. They're like, "Oh yeah, we're gonna do a deal." Da, da, da. Damien has gang ties in prison that are in the crowd of the party. They get into a fight with the champ and beat his hand. Dude gets arrested, thrown back in jail. You don't find it out till later in the movie. It was one of Damien boys. But Felix, they don't know who Felix is gonna fight. They're like, "Oh, who's Felix gonna fight? How are we gonna do this?" Damien's like, "Yo, man, give it to me, man. Come on, man, I'm ready." That's how I'm not joking. That's how he played the entire movie. Like, "Man, you don't want none of this, cuz." I was like, "Come on, dog. Like, stop." I was like, "Stop. This is killing me. This is killing me." But it 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 worked, but it was just so funny. He was like, "You had a chance. You was able to do it." Remember, he's 28-1. 28. That most boxers, they retire around like they get like 40 wins and they consider one of the greatest. It was so unrealistic. So when they announced Damien in the ring when he's about to fight, he's 0-0. When he beats him and he beats the guy, and the way he beats Felix is he punches him in the shoulders, in his elbow, like in his joints, everywhere his joints, throat, everything that was like almost inhumanly possible to do and illegal. He got away with it one, and he became 1-0, 1-0 with and won the heavyweight championship of the world. And Later, Adonis hunts him down, trying to figure out where he's at. He's at the beach with all his gangbanger homies. They listening to Nipsey and listening to music and stuff. They just partying. Yeah. And Adonis walks up to try to talk to one gangbanger, like, nah, man, what's up? He decks him, knocks dude out. And another guy comes up with a gun and then come up with the strap, the blicky, the stick, whatever you want to call it. He came up with it, and Damon was like, nah, give me that, nah. And then he goes face to face with Adonis. He's like, I want everything. You took everything from me. I want everything you got. I'm taking everything. Then he punches Adonis. And Adonis falls down. He goes home. You know, he's drinking. His wife was like, finally tell me what's wrong. What's wrong? He tells her that he used to get beat and everything. And it's so funny because his wife, the daughter was getting in the fights at school. They only show one fight, but she getting in the fights at school. And the wife's like, fighting will not solve anything. As soon as this happens with Damien, she's like, well, you got to fight. And the training montage, I think it was the weakest. It was the weakest out of the 3 trilogies. It was uninspiring. Jonathan Majors was ridiculous. He had 2 ropes, 2 big ass ropes, and he was just lifting himself up 30 feet in the air. Nothing but just ropes and muscles just lifting. And I'm watching it, and I'm like, you on steroids, dog. Everybody on steroids. Shoot, everybody. But that's neither here nor there. But that dude, yeah, he was ripped. He skinny legs, but his abs, traps, bicep, ridiculous. So they do the training montage, and Rocky brings in Ivan Drago's son. I forgot his name, Victor. I think his name is Victor. Wait, up. Let me look. I got it right here. What was his name? What's his name? Yep, Victor. Victor comes in. Jonathan Majors like 6'1". Victor, like, in the movie, he's probably like 6'5", 270. Jonathan Majors like 220. There's no reason to bring, when you spar in boxing, you're supposed to bring somebody who's almost a mirror image of that person or similar. There was no reason to have him in there except, hey, remember this guy in the movie? Then see me fight him? It was just, and they gave him like a beard almost like mine. But everybody know Michael B. Jordan don't grow a beard like this. You can't grow a beard like this, you know. But he, you know, they gave him little scruffs like he's been through it. It was hilarious. And they tried to do they did a similar thing that they did in Rocky Balboa. It was like, you're old, you can't move no way. We're gonna teach you. We're gonna train real hard but you're old, but you got skill. And Damon been street fighting and boxing in prisons, and he ain't got the raw skill. He got raw skill. He got raw power and raw skill, but he can't put it together. And he's pulling planes. He's running. He's getting beat up by Drago, 6'5" dude just beating him up, and he gets laid out for a second, and he gets up like, come on, and I'm like, is anything really been trained here? Like, what are we doing here? So they end up getting together and fighting, and if I remember correctly, it went like 12 rounds. But in the middle of the round, like 12 rounds, like the 5th or 6th round, it turned, all of a sudden it went black. Then it showed the ring, and then they're in the ring alone. They're just you ain't ready. I was kind of stiff. I hurt myself. Oh man, I lose some weight. Anyway, so they fighting and stuff. They boxing it out. And then there's no crowd. It's just them. And all of a sudden, the prison cell closes around. And he's getting punched. They punching each other. Haymakers, punch. And then that was like 2 minutes, 3 minutes. And then all of a sudden, it goes back to the crowd and everything. And it's like round 12. And I'm like, wait, what happened? And they didn't have enough bruises on their face. If they throwing haymakers and they hit each other in the face as hard as they hit, they should be bruised. They'd be like, yeah, they should, nah. And Michael B. Jordan said he got inspired by anime. And so, you know, I'm surprised it wasn't like little stars in the eyes. I'm surprised there wasn't little the hypnotic face, the emoji face, or the little nervous emoji or anything like that. Long story short, Adonis wins. He knocks him out and he wins. He's like, yay! They celebrate, yay! So he got the title back. So now Adonis is like 29-1, and this dude who never fought professionally except for that one time, he's 1-1. You also come to find out early in the movie that Adonis Creed mom, who died, had kept letters away from Adonis from Damon because he knew Damon was bad news. But he was. He had a temper. He had charges that were so severe on his record. When they caught him with the gun, they damn near threw him away for half his life. And Adonis wins, and he goes to Damon's locker room. Damon's by himself, and Adonis walks up. Hey man, I'm sorry for everything. It ain't your fault, dog. It ain't your fault. They dap it up. He's like, you ever need me? Adonis is like, you ever need me? You know where to find me. Dude, I was like, what is this? Not everybody has to be a friend immediately. Sometimes boxers are not friends for years after a fight. They should have had Adonis lose, and then have to build up through the rankings to get back to Damien. Like, they didn't do enough with Damien, Jonathan Major is a good actor, but all the movies has been, I haven't liked Ant-Man. I didn't like Lovecraft Country, which was a TV show. I didn't like him in Loki, but he's good as an actor, but they're not doing anything with him. Damien should have been built up like in the second movie, Drago and Ivan Drago and Victor Drago, his son, they were built up. You saw the emotion, the pain. You saw a little bit of Damien's youth, but they should have showed him transitioning from being in that Red Roof Inn when he was training to living in. They showed him in the loft, and he was on a stairwell just. That was weird. Okay, don't. Nah. Anyway, and they should have showed him enjoying his life or trying to figure it out because he still had that prison mentality, and they never did. Overall, the movie was okay, but it's getting further and further away from having a heart, having a soul that it needs in order to progress properly. The soundtrack, I don't even remember. That's another problem. If you want to make your own legacy and everything, you gotta make it a compelling soundtrack. You gotta, Rocky got Gonna Fly Now. Rocky got Eye of the Tiger. That song, There's No Easy Way Out. I don't know what Creed's signature songs are. Like, nobody, because it's primarily geared towards African Americans. I don't know nobody that says, yo, that music, that's that Creed. That's that Creed. That's that. Nothing. So, what I don't see this being a movie that has memorable legs, as in, it wouldn't be a movie you just sit down and be like, I gotta watch it. Like, the first one, yes. Second one, yes. Third one, eh. So Cincinnati, man, my review is it's okay. They need to do a lot more. It's missing heart. It's missing the down to earthness. And I already know what they're gonna do because they really did major hints that his daughter's gonna fight now. Now, I don't know about deaf boxers or anything fighting. There could be a precedent. I've never seen it. And then now, and they're doing the Hollywood thing where they want to incorporate everybody. So it was Rocky, Adonis, now females. We're going to go into female boxing. And she's going to be like, F you. I'm sorry. I shouldn't. Oh. This is my pure ignorance. But for it to be Adonis, this uptight dude that's from the suburb that lived a harsh little bit of his childhood and lived most of his life and Lambos and all this other stuff. And then he going against his gangbanger with gangbanger friends. I thought it should have been the use of the N-word 50% more. That's just me though. That's me. I'm sitting there waiting for the gang. Like, look here, man. You didn't get none of that. It was kind of clean. It was it had blood here and there. It had somebody lose a tooth, but it was clean. It was So it was okay, but it could have been way better. Jonathan Majors, I really liked in it, but they underdeveloped his character with like a lot of his movies. Adonis was okay, but I feel like he really didn't learn anything. He just was himself. it's like he's made it, and now like we don't need another Creed. We don't need one. There's nothing else to do with it. There's nothing else that nothing profound, nothing that he has to really pull out of himself. So, that's my review, and thank you. Please like, please subscribe, please share, whatever. If you get to the end of the video, thank you. Appreciate it. Cincinnati man. See, look. I did everything fine until I got to the end. Cincinnati man out. Peace.